Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Nerd Herders. My name is Nick,
I'm Rich.
and we're a show that talks about geeky stuff.
Yeah.
We talk about nerd things that happen in our lives. And today we're going to be talking about, what are we starting off the week with?
So normally we start with news.
We do. There hasn't been much.
Not a lot of news.
No.
The only
Newsies, they're on strike.
Yeah. Is that how that play goes?
I think so.
I don't know. I've never seen
It's
it.
showing as a Fathom event. You can go.
I'm good. The only real video game news we kind of rolled into our Switch impressions that we talked about last week. That you guys are seeing this, so if you want to check those out, go check those out there. So we're going to kind of do a double what we're up to this week. We got a lot. We've been doing a lot.
Yeah.
We saw some movies. We're going to talk about those tomorrow.
We've seen movies. We've played games.
That's my big thing. We played games. We
We've
didn't
read
just play
books.
games. I didn't read any books. Did you read a book?
I'm always reading a book.
Oh, I can't remember the last time I've read a book.
Frequently, they're not worth discussing. I'm reading a book now that actually is worth discussing, but that'll be in a later
I
week.
keep getting books, and I don't read them.
It's only getting harder.
Yeah. I just got Snot Girl. He put out the paperback. Haven't read it yet.
No, I didn't know the first trade came out. I'll have to order that.
There's like a Barnes and Noble exclusive too.
Say what?
But we're gonna talk about Horizon Zero Dawn
And we're gonna do it
over a beer
over a beer.
because we're the Over a Beer channel.
It's a new bottle opener I got over the weekend at Kennedy Space Center.
Did you go to space?
What's space?
Came back.
Came
Came back
back.
real quick. Didn't end up like Matt Damon.
No.
So today we're drinking Victory 21st Birthday IPA. Neither of us are 21.
No, it's a friend of mine today.
Really?
It's 21st birthday.
What's his
actually.
name?
No, it's a female from
What's
work.
Oh.
Alexa, one of my workers. It's her 21st birthday.
Happy birthday, Alexa, if you watch the show.
21st, probably not. Birthday IPA. So, congrats to you.
I really like that.
Yep. Well, I was going to say it's hard to screw up an IPA. That's not true. I've had bad IPAs,
Yeah.
but that's a good one.
That is a good IPA.
So, let's talk about Horizon, because
Yeah.
we actually haven't not really talked about it to each other.
Mm-mm.
So this game, I guess now as people watching it, is a couple weeks old.
Yeah.
This is the new big PlayStation exclusive game from Guerrilla Games, and the reviews were great. We were really excited for it, and now we've both had it, both put some hands-on experience. What do you think so far?
I think it's fucking awesome. Simply
You
put,
heard it here first.
that can be a back-of-the-box quote.
Back.
Fucking awesome.
Fucking awesome.
Over a beer.
Yeah, no, this game is fantastic. It's literally it's damn good.
Yeah.
Damned good.
It is as good as you have heard it is.
Yeah, so we'll probably talk about some spoilers. Neither of us have beat the game yet,
No.
right? The main story. So we'll probably, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone who doesn't want to know
Sure.
anything about it.
You should go into this, I think, with as little knowledge as
But
possible.
how far into it are you?
Somewhere between probably 12 and 15 hours.
Okay. What level is Aloy?
I'm at like level 18, I think. 18 or 19. I might have just hit 19.
Okay. We're about at the same spot. I'm at 21.
Okay.
But it also depends on how much you were just, running around
True.
killing things and doing side quests. And so I guess before we even spoil anything about it, like, what have you been doing? So this is, for those who don't know, this is a new big. It's an open world game. You probably saw, they showed footage of this even like two
Yeah,
3
they've
years
had
ago.
footage going on for a few years.
It's got the big metal robot dinosaurs, and you hunt in open world. How are you playing the game? Like, are you going through just doing mainline, or are you?
I'm doing a lot of side quests. The way it seems to be working out for me, whether for better or for worse, like I'll go into an area, pick up like as many side quests as I can, and then go, crap, I don't know which one to do first. And I'll usually look and it can tell me like how far certain objectives are, like distance wise. And like if I'm traveling so far a certain way in the map and I'm already over there, I'm like, oh, well, what? Like, there's some things I'll look at and I'm like, oh, I gotta go all the way over there, and then I'll do that later. And then I'll just go somewhere else and do something else.
But you could just fast travel.
I can, but see, I think that's the one little, like, kind of bummer about the game is you have to use, like, you can fast travel, but you have to use like they're called like fast travel packs or something.
Yeah, which I feel like I've only used twice
Okay.
because there was something that was like 4,000, steps away or whatever. Um, I mean, I've got like 35 of them. I don't
See,
think
I
it's
think
ever gonna go away.
At the time, I only had like 3 of them,
Okay.
and I was like, are these going to be scarce? And I don't know how many I have at this point.
Sure. So you're choosing that way. It also lets you know, if you're gonna go do the side quest, this is the recommended level.
Yeah.
It should probably be at. So, one time I was kind of like, yeah, let's see if that's true. And I did one that, when I was back at like level 8, I did one that was like a level 24 or something.
I think I have
got my ass handed to me.
I think I have one of those. It's just sitting there, and I'm like, I'm waiting for it to get that.
And then I tried it again, and I got my ass handed to me, and I was like, well, I'm gonna more or less obey those. I've done a few, like I did one at 17 that was like a 20.
Yeah, there's a couple.
I
If
was
you're
able
in
to
like
finish it without an issue.
1 or 2 levels, you're fine doing.
Yeah.
But like a big gap, I'm like, oh wait.
But
if it's still red, I'm gonna wait on it.
Yeah, I think we've talked about in the past, and a lot of other. If you're watching this, you might feel the same way. Myself, and I don't want to speak for you, but I'm not a fan generally of open world games.
Really?
I don't like the freedom of them. It's
Okay.
why I gave up on. It's why I haven't gotten GTA 5. When I get a Grand Theft Auto game, all I do is I never finish the game. I just dick around. I crash cars into things. I shoot
Sure.
people in the head. The great thing about this game and why it has really captivated me is, like, yeah, you're running around and every once in a while you'll see like a cool creature off to the right and you'll run over and you'll mess it up.
Mm-hmm.
But like there isn't that just like constant just like distraction where you're just
Sure.
like,
And I think that, like, I like GTA. I haven't started GTA 5 yet. I want to play it, but I'm the same way. Like with 4, I was like, oh, I can't wait to get in. And I played it for a while, and I ended up just being like, yeah, I'm just gonna dick around and shoot people, and I can put in cheat codes and like get an infinite ammo and snipe people and see how long I can stay alive until helicopters come take me down or whatever.
Yep.
But like this, and even I played a little bit of The Witcher, and even like Fallout 4 that I played quite a bit of. It's not that as much of a sandbox where it's easy to get distracted and be like, oh, well, I'm just gonna screw around. Like there's things to distract you, but not in the sense of like you're not making any progress whatsoever. Like when you dick around in GTA, you're not making any real progress.
And so then you might hear us say that, and you might go, "Oh, okay, it's open world, but it's like a dead open world. There's not much. It's not at all. It's a vibrant. I mean, this is a beautiful, beautiful game.
This might be the one of, if not the best looking PS4 game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Uncharted was crazy good to look at too. And that's like for these games that are going for the realistic look. There's some absolutely stunning, like, even Ratchet and Clank was awesome looking. Like it looked, there was a lot of discussion of it. It finally looks like a Pixar movie. It's like, well, it looks like a Bug's Life. It doesn't look like Pixar today, but I mean, it does pass as like a movie. But like this game looks great. It's unbelievable the way the every little attention to detail.
Yeah,
everything is awesome. What do you think of the story so far?
I like it. I'm really interested in it. I can't tell how far I am in it. Like I think I looked at because you can look at your like chart of like how much stuff you're. I think I'm like 20% done of the game. Have you looked at that at all for you?
Yeah, I'm at like 28, 29.
Oh wow, okay.
30, yeah. So, well, let's just say the game is totally worth buying. If you have a PlayStation, you need this game.
Yeah.
There's one other thing that I want to talk about before we move into minor spoilers, because I don't want to spoil anything for either of us.
Sure.
I think I might be a little bit ahead of you, so I want to find out where you are.
Okay.
Main quest wise, but the big question I think that this game is getting lumped around with is this and Zelda coming out within days of each other.
Yep.
How have you felt about that? Because you would normally not necessarily think of Zelda as being comparable to this because they play so differently. But actually, Breath of the Wild, the new Zelda game, is an open world game where there's, lots of running around, fast travel, you're hunting, your weapon. It's very similar in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
So has that impacted the playing of either of these games?
Yes.
In what way?
Well, I think it's unfair to totally say yes, because I didn't just get Breath of the Wild. I got the Nintendo Switch and Breath of the Wild. Right. So like the weekend that it came out, I was like, spent $400 between the console and this game. I want to put as much time as it. So I did nothing. I didn't touch. Once I had Zelda, I didn't touch Horizon. Mm-hmm. And then this week, like every night, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna come home and play. I had planned to come home and play Zelda, and I just didn't do anything because I was exhausted. But it's one of those, like, I think going forward, I'm like, I want to play Zelda, and I'd play Zelda and would think, I kind of want to play Horizon. Like, it's one of those, like, every time whenever I'm like, I should play this one, I also in the back of my mind want to be playing the other one. Mm-hmm. And I don't know where I'm going to end up falling and what I'm going to finish first. I feel like I'm eventually just going to give in and go back to Horizon, because I think that's going to be easier to finish than Zelda will be.
Yeah, when we talked last week when we recorded, I had said, when we recorded, the Switch hadn't come out yet. Mm-hmm. And I was like, and Horizon had just come out. And I was like, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a little bit of Zelda this weekend, but mainly just focus on Horizon, because I think both of these games deserve the full, one way or the other, they deserve your full attention, because jumping back and forth between the two is just going to show the differences, good and bad, for both of them, mm-hmm. in a way that, like, it doesn't work. In my opinion. I didn't feel like it was going to work. And so that's kind of what I did. I played more of Zelda than I thought I was going to, while also playing a lot of Horizon. But, like, Horizon has really become this game where it's like, I'll play for a couple of hours, and then I'll shut the TV off, mm-hmm. and then I'll go, I could just do one more thing. And then I turn the TV back on. Like, I'm, like, at work, I just can't wait to get home to play more of it. Mm-hmm. Like, I really am just so sucked into the world of this game, where I do just kind of want to just finish it, mm-hmm. now, and then go back to Zelda.
And not in, like, a bad way where it's like, I just want to get it over with. Like, I want to just take my time and get it done and complete it, mm-hmm. give it its time.
Right. No, I want to do everything in it. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I don't know if I'm actually going to platinum this game.
I want to, because it seems like an obtainable platinum.
Yeah, I haven't, I've heard that. I haven't looked at the list. Like, I went to one of those, like, hunting grounds where you have to do the trials, and I was like, if there's many of these, I'm not going to do this.
Yeah, that's fair. Those get a little...
But I've only done I don't know if you have to do them all. I have no idea.
I don't know. I haven't looked that deeply into it. I've just kind of like, I'm going to want to try to do as much as I can. If I didn't have Zelda, I would definitely try to platinum this.
Yeah. Yeah. But as for this, like, this game is... Because I've put more time into it and I'm further into it, as to where I am in Zelda, I like this game more.
Really? Okay.
Definitely. No question.
Okay.
But I haven't sunk like 10 hours into Zelda. I've probably put a couple or a few hours.
See, I've like
I'm off the plateau.
Okay. I've probably put like 10, 12 hours at least into Zelda.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I hope that Zelda blows me away in a way where I'm like, yep, both games are great, but that was superior. But right now, I don't see how Horizon isn't better than Zelda.
Okay.
I can't imagine. But we'll find out. And I've really liked what I played as Zelda. But we'll talk about that in another video. All right, so minor spoilers, I guess, from here on out. So where are you at?
So I am...
Main story-wise.
So main story... See, because I had like 2 main quests, I think, going. Mm-hmm. I had the main quest of following the woman war chief.
Yeah.
And so I helped them, like, slaughter that whole, like, grouping, and there was, like, the big fucking creature in there with, like, the shit on it, like, the flame stuff on his back. So I think I killed all of them, where you have to blow up the, what's it called? The
blaze.
The blaze. Did you do that stuff already? Okay.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where I left them off, and then as the other main story, I'm at the gate. Like, I got to the gate to go to the Chima or the Cure. I don't remember what they're called. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. All right.
And then the last thing I did was because when I got there was some side quests I could I could collect and wrap up on.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing some of those, and then I made my way to one of the cauldrons. They're called.
Mm-hmm.
And
See, I haven't done the cauldron.
Okay, I've done one of them.
That's what I'm going to do right now.
Okay.
Because I just was going through and I was like, like suggested level 8. I was like, I should have done that a long time ago. I'm like main story wise, I feel like significantly ahead of that.
Okay.
So, yeah, I definitely like. I already kind of know what happened that caused all of this.
Okay. Yeah. See, I'm not near that.
So I will just say, so far it's very satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
Have
you done any of the corrupted zones, or you've done some of those yet?
Yeah.
Okay. See, like in some spots like that, like I've kind of dicked around a little bit more, where I'm like, oh, there's 2 sawtooths, and there's like. Do you remember there's like a spot where like over on the lake there's like 2 sawtooths roaming around, and then up this big hill there's like 3 or 4 of something else and like a giant guy.
Yeah.
Like I found a spot in there where I could stay up high and just kind of slowly pick at him, and so I was just like taking my time doing that because I would rather not go in and kill myself, die every time.
Yeah.
So there were some things where I was doing stuff like that.
Combat is so
It's really satisfying.
excellent. What are you using for weapons? Like, what is your favorite type?
Between arrows and fire arrows.
Yeah.
I don't think I've gotten because there's ice arrows or something in there too. See, I'm getting it mixed up with Zelda because I got fire arrows in Zelda too. I'm like, and then I've gotten to using a lot of the explosive tripwire.
Yeah, you have. Eventually, you have to.
Really?
Like, yeah, some of these things.
Yeah, there's some of them where I'm like, all right, can I lay this down?
And the rope caster where you're tying them down to the ground.
Oh, see, I haven't gotten that yet.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, you're gonna.
I mean, I know that's there, but
you come. I came across like a T-Rex one. That thing just
like
messed me up.
The thing from the trailer, the previews a long time ago, where she's like,
that thing just destroyed me. But like, have you come across the big crocodile ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that the one where you're on the island and you find like the guy who's like going crazy? Yeah. I fought some of those. There's like 3 of them in there.
Yeah. Yeah. The rope caster is like super helpful for that. Like, you tie him down, go and stab him in the stomach. It's great. It really is fantastic. I can't wait to see where this goes. I have like theories that are not even influenced by like a little bit influenced by stuff that I've probably seen that you haven't seen, but like I don't know. I still don't really know where the story's going. I don't know where it's going to leave off, where it sets up more of these. But I'm excited for this to be like a new franchise that we just get games for a while, and that'll be awesome. It's a great game. It's really cool.
Yeah, and I mean, like we said in the non-spoiler, like it's not a game where I ever like GTA. I waste I always feel like I'm working towards something in this game. Like even if I'm not specifically going after a quest, I'm clearing in a corrupted zone, or I've stumbled on a band. The one little like weird thing, what's kind of cool but also kind of like irks me a little bit, is I like how you can just be running around, and it's happened in Zelda too. Not to keep comparing them, but where you're running around and there's just like 3 or 4 people who are like being attacked by watchers, and you have to like save them. But I hate the fact that they're just kind of like they just go about their business when they're done, and they don't be like, hey, like
I think that's
thanks for saving me. Here's whatever. Here's just like a little piece of something. Here's some shard, like whatever. Like it's just it's like screw you guys, and you guys are just gonna wander off. I don't care.
That's the one thing that I think that they definitely need to, because they have a great engine here clearly. The one thing that they need to develop further for the second game is to make the people feel even more alive, because like I didn't even think about instances like that, but you're totally right. But the one thing where it always strikes me as like really like these are not feeling like real people is when you I forget what the term is in the game, but when you hack like have you hacked like the steer, basically ones that you ride like horses?
Yeah, I've hacked a few different.
Yeah, so you ride them like horses, and then you'll like ride them through a city, and like nobody else in the world is able to do that as far as they're concerned. And you're riding these things through the city, and there's all people around you, and nobody's commenting on it. Like I feel like it would have been really easy for somebody to just be like, "How is she doing that?" Constantly.
I think like the first time you do it, they say something,
maybe,
and she's like, "Oh, it's tamed, it's different, it's okay." And then like every other time, like even on new cities, like nobody says a word.
Nobody, yeah. It's like, well, you just. You could add little flourishes like that, and then the second one would be even
some of the shots are weird too. Like when the dialogue moments, like the camera will be like on them, and then all of a sudden they'll like jump to it even closer, like and the angle doesn't change. I was like,
well, because I've noticed and it's not like really like a reasonable reason for it, but like you can hit X and skip to the next thing
Yeah.
that they're gonna say, and that's what it is. It's like queuing up the next one, but they just change the view a little. But when you actually are just sitting there watching it,
It looks really...
And I got to the point where I stopped listening to the entire performance because I can read faster than they're
Sure.
talking. But an actor that I thoroughly enjoy and did not know was in the game is in the game later on.
Oh, really?
And once he showed up, I want to hear everything that he says because he's got a really unique voice. I won't spoil who it is
Okay.
for you, but so like I went
Morgan
back.
Freeman.
Or
Werner Herzog.
It's both. It's Werner Freeman. But once he started talking, I went back to just watching the whole scene play out, and I was like, oh yeah, it's a little weird when that happens.
Like some of their eyes and some of their facial things are a little...
Occasionally,
Off.
yeah, occasionally.
but overall
And some of their voices are just weird.
Yeah, that's
You know,
true,
where
too.
it's just like this big buff warrior, and he's like, "Hey, Aloy." It's like, why are you talking like that?
But overall, we both really, really like it.
Yeah, no, I love it.
It's definitely a contender for Game of the Year, if not like top games of the year.
Yeah, and I really enjoying my time with it. And we did talk briefly about this when you dropped off the Switch, not
Okay.
on air. And I still feel the same way. I've played 15 more hours or more since then, and as much as I put into it, as much as I love this game, I genuinely feel like this could end up being one of my favorite games of all time, and I will never bother to learn most of the names of these people
Yeah.
and the tribes and stuff.
Yeah, I
It's
think I
just-
said to you, it's the
it's
same.
just nonsense.
It feels similar to like Game of Thrones, where I'm like, I don't. And I only watched the first season, but even then I was like, I don't know half these.
Yeah, but see that, like, I did get sucked into that world, and
Mm-hmm.
like I as much as I could, I would read Wikipedia things about each person,
Gotcha.
but I never wanted to spoil it ahead. But like I'll never know, like, that city with the gate that you're talking about. I don't know that. I
The
don't
Chima.
care.
What did I call them something else the last time?
Yeah, I
talked?
don't
can't
think they're the
remember what
Chima. That's a Lego thing, but maybe. It's a great game.
Yeah.
Check it out.
I'm sure as we get through it and finish it, we'll talk more about it. If you want to keep up on our thoughts more quickly, though, you can follow us both on Twitter. I'm on Twitter at Rich Belson.
I'm at Stonks.
The channel's on Twitter at OABeer_official. And we're on Facebook at facebook.com/overabeer. We're on Instagram at over_a_beer. And, of course, right here at youtube.com/overabeer. But that'll wrap things up for today. So until next time, drink up.
And butter me up.